Ladies and gentlemen, this is a national report on Newsmax. And Pennsylvania voters react to second assassination attempt. I don't know what that is. But Carl Higbee, who's another reporter on Newsmax, is the guest. And you can always tell when the news is like, fuck, we got nothing. When they bring on their own reporters, like, who's free? Nobody wants to hang out with Carl. Get him on here. So this is them talking to him on Monday's National Report. Carl Higbee comments on the second Trump assassination attempt. Now, this will be a sane take. Move over, Pierce Morgan. Here comes Carl Higbee Sellers. Brandon!
In studio, Carl Higbee, host of Frontline here on Newsmax, retired Navy SEAL.
He's very upset.
And Carl, maybe we go back to what we just heard from some of those folks that John spoke to. It's almost kind of become an accepted thing that we now have candidates who have assassination attempts.
Yeah, I mean...
No, we don't. And it's not accepted. But how do you want us to react? I mean, it's a good question. We can be horrified for it, but that's not going to make me like his fucking policies.
That's something that we should all be worried about, is the normalization of somebody.
We're not normalizing it. It's nutty. But we're not also going to make it integral to our vote. Again, Gerald Ford was shot twice. Well, he had 2 assassination attempts. I think he was only shot once.
Taking shots at a past and potential future and current candidate. I mean, this is insane. The fact that we are sitting here today having 65 days between 2 assassination attempts. I can't imagine that we would have ever gotten here. But this is the problem. When you have...
Hold on real quick. One moment, please. Former President Donald Trump and Gerald Ford survived 2 assassination attempts. Let's see. Gerald Ford was sitting president when he survived 2 attempts in California within 3 weeks in 1975. While Sunday is assumed blah, 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 the former president and Republican candidate, blah, blah, blah. On Sunday, September 15th, apprehended a suspect, blah, blah, blah. Secrets are Ralph, I don't care. There we go. Let's go back. Ford is the only former current president to have endured 2 failed assassination attempts, both of them occurring in California during his second year in office. The first attempt, September 5th, 1975, while Ford was in Sacramento, California, to meet with then-Governor Jerry Brown. When he stopped to shake hands with a crowd gathered outside his hotel, a woman attempted to shoot Ford, but misfired. She was that close. You want to talk about, like, this dude was 300 to 500 yards and the Secret Service saw him and how could this happen? But this lady walked right up, and it was only because her gun misfired that she didn't kill him. A Secret Service agent wrestled the gun away from the would-be shooter, Lynette Squeaky Fromm, a member of the infamous Manson family. On September 22nd, just a few weeks after the initial attack, Sarah Jane Moore shot at Ford while in San Francisco, but missed. A bystander grabbed her as she pulled the trigger a second time, sending the bullet in a different direction and injuring a taxi driver. Moore was arrested for attempt, which was motivated by a radical revolutionary ideology, hoping to bring about the upheaval of needed change. Sound fucking familiar? According to a report from the Congressional Research Office, the Sacramento attacker Fromm had subsequently been arrested and tried for the attempted assassination, to which Ford provided a taped deposition for the prosecution. The Charles Manson cult member received a life sentence and was paroled from prison in 2009. San Francisco shooter Moore was in prison and released in 2007. So they're both out and about. They're ladies and they're on the make. So fellas, do your worst. It's time to... She's a keeper. Go ring shopping. Both of them are on the market. Yeah. So literally up close personal shots. So if we talked about this in 1974, the only thing we're talking about in 2024 is because, weird, 74, 24. The only reason we're talking about this in that respect, I believe 50 years later, is because these people have to be further away to pull off what they want. They need guns with scopes instead of handguns.
Have a Democrat Party that goes on there and, like I said earlier, calls him a Nazi, calls him a white supremacist, calls him everything under the sun. He's a threat.
And yet none of the no Democrats are shooting at him. both of these assholes Trump fans.
It's a democracy. What do you expect? I mean, if you're crazy.
I expect people to vote. I expect people to vote. That's what we expect. We want. He's a serious threat. They really do believe these things when they talk about him. I don't think he's smart enough to be a Nazi. I think he's just a bigot and a racist and a misogynist. But the solution is in the voting booth.
Crazy enough to vote Democrat after what they did to you over the last 3 years? It is.
What they do to me over the last 3 years? Get us out of a pandemic, stabilize the economy, bring it in for a soft landing, grow jobs at such a rate that the Fed was even nervous about bringing interest rates back down. Take the stock market to, 42,000?
It's no wonder that there's some crazy people out there that are willing to do this.
And again, we've seen before where people have been radicalized by different internet groups.
Also, why are you showing Mar-a-Lago? This happened at because if you show his golf course, you'll see the prison in the background and the airport, and you won't be able to hear anything.
And stuff like that.
This looks very nice. The rest of his stuff looks like shit.
You have to only blame the person who's pulling the trigger and not the media that they consumed. But the impact that it has.
I don't know about that. I mean, look, there are so many.
You're right. Why should we blame Ashley Babbitt for her demise when we can focus on the shit that Trump said that radicalized her in the first place, that got her killed?
Media outlets out there that have come after you, come after me, come after Fox or any other network that have said.
For being shitty, awful, racist, bigots, misogynists, whatever they were talking about at the particular time. Yeah. While never saying somebody needs to shoot these people because that's stupid.
Hey, these people are at fault for, Donald Trump's radical policies and stuff like that. I hope.
Oh, wait, sorry. So the right wingers that are shooting at Trump are mad want to kill Trump because, Carl Higbee feels threatened because he might be to blame for these shooters thinking you baited Trump into behaving. Or you think he's the one, like, it's your fault for saying they're eating the dogs and this might cost him the election and now they're threatening you? Is that...
Oh, I definitely hold the media responsible for some of this stuff. When you tell somebody that they're a threat for, 10 years since he came down the golden escalator? I mean, some people are bound to believe that. They should be more responsible.
Oh, yeah? You think so, Carl? So you're ready to take... this might be a moment. Welcome back into the sunlight, Carl. You're about to take responsibility for the attack on Paul Pelosi, for example. You ready for that one? How about January 6th? You fucking moron. Right? You do know where, like, the biggest act of directed political violence happened. Yes? You're beautiful. We love you. Now go home because it didn't work. Fuck.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's
Some doubt. Little. Come on.
unacceptable. And the fact that this suspect...
They have no idea what to talk about. This is what's clear about this. Their big complaint is, oh my God, this is so normal now. We're going to pretend this doesn't matter. And neither one of them has any fucking thing to say because they don't know anything. So they're jumping to conclusions. They want to find a way to blame others for what happened instead of just the guy himself. She tries to bring it home to that. But Higbee is brought on specifically because they want to find a way to blame Democrats. And they know so little about what actually fucking happened, they can't.
Also is alive is different than what we saw in the Pennsylvania case.
Yes, he was not shot in the head and never got a shot off and may have not even been at the gun when they fired in the direction of it.
And so I'm wondering what will happen with charging and obviously justice, accountability here.
Yeah, I'm going to guess he's going to jail. Well, I mean, he's already going to be charged with possession of a gun by a felon and possession of a gun with the serial numbers scratched off of it. And, I mean... I think for just having an AK-47 in West Palm Beach, he gets, I think the sentence is a round of applause.
So we're going to wait and see what happens. It's in Florida, too, which I think is kind of interesting, right, Governor?
Yeah, it's sort of interesting.
DeSantis says he's going to look into this.
Yeah, well, the other thing, too, is like...
Yeah, do you believe that? If you believe that DeSantis, Trump's rival, is going to look into this and wasn't a part of it, you probably believe that that I've actually cleaned my laptop. What the fuck? Hold on. Stretching it, making it big. Maybe make this video larger so I can show you what I'm saying, cause it's fucking nasty. This is her laptop. What is happening there? You think that's gotta be face powder? That can't just be dust. I mean, look at the oil mark where she, I don't know if she reapplies makeup and then you could tell where the oil from her finger cleans the trackpad in a circle on there. That's fucking rank. Look, it's a good idea to shut down your laptop every so often and let it reboot so that it can have its proper updates, for one. But I would, also maybe get some whoosh, that stuff that cleans the bacteria off of your keyboard. I'm just saying, because that's lady, that's fucking rank. It's gross. It's really gross. What's happening? Oh, and by the way, they don't clean the table either. Carl, I would wash up after this segment, dude. I'm just saying. I just think it's a good idea. Jesus Christ. Hold on, I gotta shrink this back down a little bit. I need one of those things where I can hit a button and it jumps in and I can focus on, where's that? All right. Another use for ChatGPT to create software. Here it comes. It's just cocaine dust. Is that what you guys think it is? They think they're just blazing rails of Adderall off the table?
FBI has swooped in. I mean, the same FBI that raided his house. I mean, come on. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. I don't trust.
Hey, fucko. It's not his house. It's not his fucking house, Carl. It's not a house. It's not a home. He doesn't have a house. He's fucking homeless. He owns some properties, but you're not allowed to live in Mar-a-Lago. He lied on his voter registration. You can't list Mar-a-Lago as a residence, and he does it anyways. He commits voter fraud, and you guys don't fucking care. He votes in an area he doesn't fucking live. And he could. If he's this big billionaire, why the fuck doesn't he have a house? Jesus Christ, hold on. Now this is going to aggravate me. I thought this was going to be a short... Oh, shit. Let's see. West Palm Beach, real estate for sale. Hey! Da 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 da. Let's see. Okay, for sale. I don't want to put any limitations on it. Let's see. And I want a map. How do you use the map on this shit? I don't know. God damn it. Okay, price. Let's go. Sort by what? By price. Sorted homes for you. Yeah. Hold on. So here's West Palm Beach. That's a nice little place for $775,000. This kind of say 109. Look, a little condo for $195,000. That's weirdly cheap. Here's $1.9 million. Look at this, Sand Run Road, West Palm Beach, Florida. That looks like it has a pool and it's got like a little beach or some shit next to it, right? That's $1.9 million. Look at this, $39 million. Here you go. This is a billionaire fucking property. Look at that. President Donald Trump, he's got this money to, he can flippantly throw this money away. Washington Road, West Palm Beach. Look at this big fucking Coke party, kind of like, you telling me that Don Jr. and Eric wouldn't love this place? I would. Fuck me. Yeah, that part's a little chintzy. Yeah, so here you go. Plenty of gaudy, weird shit in the background for you. Like oddly golden lit stairs. The kind you can just see children running up and down. It's so homey. It doesn't make the house look like it was, designed for a sequel to Scarface at all. There you go, a little flat screen TV, very rehabbed. Lots of, look at this. The theater's a little, I gotta say, it's a little, that just looks like a bedroom that they just put a fucking long couch in. I would have a much bigger TV in there, wouldn't you? That just looks like shit. And what are these little these woofers on the floor? Jesus Christ. I don't know. And then look at the bedroom and there's like a little fence. Maybe that's the property fence. Maybe there's a thing there. Yeah, show me the stairs again. And then the weird, where you can run your real estate office or you and your significant other can act out your favorite sex scenes from Suits. There you go. You got a scene of the water and then you can see the poor people over there and you can laugh at them from your own bedroom, and they can stare at you while you forget that you have giant windows and think they only go one direction. And then here's your big mork for mork bathtub, right? So you can sit in there and go nanu nanu. Yeah, big couch, big walk-in closet. That I like. I gotta say, yeah. There's never enough closet space, and then things fill up. And what are you gonna do? Oh, see in the toilet, it's a levitating toilet. Look at that. But this house is $39 million, 7 bedrooms, 10 baths, 8,000 square foot. You can request a tour. You don't think that Donald Trump couldn't just afford this one? Let's see. How do you fuck? There's got to be a map version of this, right? How does this shit work? Homes with 3 others. Let's just go homes with 3 plus. Okay. 39 million. Okay. These are the big 3. Here's another one. Why, with Mar-a-Lago, since you can't have it as a residence, why didn't he just buy one of these fucking things? Why didn't he just spend all of his time at Mar-a-Lago and then... Wait a minute. I'm starting to think he's not rich at all. What the hell? This sounds like bullshit. Okay. And by the way, where is it? Oh, here's the map part of it. Here's the map. Look at that. Is that Mar-a-Lago right there? Look, he could see it from there. Fabulous. Look at this. Oh, yeah, blow this map up. Look at that business. Where is it? Okay. Oh, it's even further north. It's actually in the good area. See, his dump's way down here. Where is it? There it is. His is up there, and he could still be within a 9-minute cab ride of Jeffrey Epstein's old pad for memories.
These people. I think Governor DeSantis should take over this investigation and make sure.
Why would you want that if you know that they were rivals and Trump shit on him a bunch? And I mean, maybe he knew something and he didn't say.
That it actually gets done right. Find out everything about this guy because, look, we know about his social media that was taken down, but what we don't know about is bank accounts. What we don't know about is where...
Yeah, but we will. You think they're not going to look?
Where he spent his time, why...
He spent his time in North Carolina and allegedly Hawaii, and then he took a trip, God knows who fucking paid for it, to Ukraine to talk about bringing Afghan and Syrian fighters to join the war there, and he got kicked out of the fucking country for being nuts.
Why he did the things he did, we have no idea about that. And
dude, it just happened.
To be honest, after the FBI flubbed the Hunter Biden laptop, they investigated Russia collusion.
There is no Hunter Biden laptop.
For 5 years and found nothing. I don't trust them on that.
Oh, they found something. You don't believe me? Then why did he have to pardon Paul Manafort?
Sorry, there are good men and women in the FBI, but it's the leadership that I don't trust.
Kilmeny mentioned it in her reporting. The president was asked about this latest assassination attempt. I believe we've got it on tape. If we do, we'll play it now and get your thoughts.
Thank God the president's okay. I think we got a full report so far. We're down there tonight. But one thing I want to make clear is service needs more help. And I think the Congress should respond to their needs if they, in fact, need more services.
So words, are we going to see action on this?
Yeah, I mean...
Well, that would be up to Congress. That's the point, is that if there's a budget ahead of them. If they need to add more money to the Secret Service, that's when they would do it. But they're trying to put this poison pill up and shut down the government before the election. Again, if the Republicans shut down the government before the fall election, do you think voters will reward them for this? You think they'll look at the stack of shit coming out of Trump and his nonsense eating the dogs and the Roe v. Wade and the blah, 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 and you think they go, well, at least he still shut down the government over a pissing contest because they want to put a poison pill in it that won't pass the Senate anyways? Do you think the voters are going to go, yeah, let's keep these assholes in charge?
I mean, look, where was this Biden for the last 3.5 years? He puts on a MAGA hat last week, and all of a sudden now he's saying, yeah, we need more resources. Like, okay, better late than never, I guess. But at the same time.
But at the same time, they have everything they need. The Secret Service has everything they need. Trump handpicks his own group, and he wants sycophants, not professionals. And it's the reason he took Walt Nada out of the Oval and brought him back to Mar-a-Lago. He's looking for a bunch of people that will be like Kim Jong-un's personal guard.
Is like, he just seems, now that he's not, going to be president, and they basically kicked him to the curb and he's spending 50% of his time on the beach, like, he's actually coming up with some stuff that's like, okay, probably should have done that 4 years ago, but we'll take it.
Right.
No, not right, stupid. They've never denied Trump what he needed. The Trump group, part of the reason why the Secret Service was denied some help in some areas is because Trump wants them to drop everything and do these kind of seat of the pants things where they don't get to clear stuff. And they're like, no, we're not going to, we don't have the resources to clear like 9 places he might want to do a rally and he hasn't made up his fucking mind, and extend those things out. Pick a fucking place. We'll vet it, and you can go there. But stop picking 9 places like, well, maybe we'll do this place, maybe we won't. He likes to make up his mind the day before. Well, tough shit then. He's got to participate in his own security.
Right. Not to mention RFK Jr. and how long
I told you not to mention RFK Jr.
he went without any sort of protection. Perhaps it's too bad that the assassination on a former president had to inspire additional resources allocated to that. I just wanted to ask you.
Also, one of the big slams, I think it was from Glenn Beck, and I saved you guys from the clip of Glenn Beck tonight. I was going to do it, but I was outvoted by people going, Hal, if you want this to continue to be the greatest live stream ever, you got to go easy on the amount of Glenn Beck. And I completely agree. So I did. But his argument is that it was so stupid. I've forgotten part of it. But essentially, it was that they cut off RFK Jr.'s Secret Service protection recently. And are they trying to get him killed as well? He stopped being a candidate. I don't understand. Like, who Secret Service is supposed to watch anybody who was a candidate now? Is that how it works? What do you mean? Should all the Kennedys get it just because they're fucking famous? Is the Secret Service now going to protect Taylor Swift? By the way, I wouldn't doubt that they kind of are. I know that the FBI has a special group that watches out for like super celebrities, especially if they've been targeted by people like Trump. But good Lord.
About media coverage, because you watch it all the time, and I find it so
beats doing anything with your life.
Fascinating. If we recall back in July, CNN was, and it's developing, right? It's breaking news,
Sure.
so you have to show a little bit of grace there. But Trump falls.
Yes, grace is what we want. Grace is what we're shooting for. Grace. That's what we're doing in Jesus' name.
To the ground, right? When their
yeah.
coverage of the assassination. I'm just looking today, and again, you update headlines as it goes through, but when it was first reported, there was a gunfight near a golf club that was reported, golf club incident.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so vague.
Well, but there was also.
It wasn't vague. Everybody was scrambling to get details. The guy never returned fire. They said it was in the vicinity. They hadn't talked and cleared what they were going to say about what happened until they caught the guy. They didn't want the guy to know they were after him, more than likely. So for 45 minutes, they're kind of keeping it on the DL. And so the guy doesn't, I guess you slow his bug out if he doesn't really think there's somebody coming for him, right? And it may have worked. That may have been why they did it.
Also a rush. I mean, nobody had any facts at this point except for the people who were.
Right. And everybody tried. She's like, are they being too tepid? No, I think they're rushing the details. It's media. Everybody wants to get the scoop. That's all this is. No, you know what? Fuck me. It's a conspiracy.
Right there. But the fact that a major network would come out and say, no, it was a gunfight amongst 2 other people adjacent to the golf course. They had no idea.
It was very confusing.
But they just said it anyway.
Yeah.
No, they didn't have no idea. They just said it anyways. That was the reports they were getting from the local police until it updated. And by the way, it might have been the spin the police department and the Secret Service were giving until they found the dude.
Yeah. And clearly what we've known now is that this wasn't just a gunfight. This is someone who indeed
wasn't a gunfight at all, dummy. A gunfight is 2 people shooting.
Targeted.
To target the former president of the United States.
Oh, no, you don't. No. Guy's still alive, still got time to talk, and that very well may be the case, but he hasn't said anything yet, and he could have just said, nope, I was there because I thought Witkoff was going to give him bad info, and I wanted to get that guy. I wasn't trying to shoot President Trump. I thought people around him were giving him bad advice, so I can't, right? He could very well say that. We don't know. Shut the fuck up. You can't end a segment on why did they run with information that turned out not to be the case afterwards and then make your own conclusions like this. You can, and there's nothing wrong with saying most likely or it's probable that, right? Nobody's going to have a problem with that. It's obviously he was there to kill the president. In all honesty, it's very possible that he could have just been there because he believed the Secret Service wasn't doing their job and he was protecting the president's life. We don't know.
United States, who was just out golfing on Sunday.
He was just out golfing at his shithole golf course next to a prison, cemetery, a park, and an airport.
All great stuff. Anything else we can focus on?
Not really. No. We didn't really have much to talk about. Can you imagine being in a 5-minute and 31 second segment on an assassination attempt on the president? The former president, and the presidential candidate, that this network is committed to getting reelected. You have a 5-minute, 31-second segment on it, and you can't fill the time. Think about that for a second. Think about what an asshole you have to be. How, useless you would have to be as both a guest and anchor. Because I got to tell you, you guys know, you've seen me on shows. Do I need any help talking? Do I need any help filling 5 minutes and 31 seconds? Most of the time, I pride myself on the fact that if I'm brought on to local news or a show like this, that if it's my gift to the host, if they can't get a word in edgewise, they talk in cycles all day long. It can be exhausting. You bring me on, fucking sit back, crack your knuckles, and let me go. I wind my own key before I come out there, right? The filters help. You think so? Oh, I love Carl Higbee. They won't let me do this on Newsmax. I don't know why. Because I can see you, Carl. I'm in your bushes. I love you, Carl Higbee, and your big, strong arms. Why don't you come down and visit me in Wyoming? Okay? Let's do it.
For tonight?
Yeah, we're going to break this down. We're finding out more and more. Also, a shocking development over his association that is potentially with the other shooter.
Really? Okay. Carl Higbee.
Really? Okay. Yeah, they might have been friendly. You mean the fact that they're both registered Republicans? One of them, yeah. One guy voted for Trump and the other guy wanted to.
Frontline, right here on Newsmax at 5 p.m.
Killing it. I could see if, hey, if this is a sample of the quick wit, the charm, the keen understanding of details we're going to get from Carl Higbee Frontline, then I am going to tune in, let me tell you. As a matter of fact, I just missed it. No, I didn't. I missed it 3 hours ago at 2 o'clock my time. Shit! Why in the world? Stupid websites. Make me mad.
p.m. Eastern Time. Stay tuned for that.
Fabulous. Chat room, you guys are wonderful. Tomorrow, no show. I apologize. I will be on the road because I have the jam tomorrow night. The theme is the 27 Club, so we are celebrating the music of people that passed away when they were 27. The rock bands and singers and members of bands that all died at the age of 27. And there's a lot of them. We're also, I'm sneaking in a birthday song. I made Chuck let me pick a song for my birthday that I'm allowed to do. So I threw it in there, and hopefully I'll be able to post it after the fact. So if something happens, I'll jump on and do little shorts and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, we'll just ride it through, and I will see you on Wednesday. I'm going to drive in tomorrow, do my show, turn right around, and drive back. So I will be exhausted on Wednesday morning, and yet still charming and fantastic, because this is Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, the greatest live stream in the history of live streams. And let me remind you, if I may, for some of you that think, hold on, let's see if I can find this. If some of you think that we've lost the kidney, and that that is not the case. And importantly,
the kidney has a very special place in the heart.
I see. I agree. But I think the most important thing, if I may, and I know this is a bit off topic, but can I just say that my birthday is next week, and I share a birthday with this guy, Mark Hamill. And you're like, Hal, that's not Mark Hamill. That's a young Martin Short in a karate gi. And you're kind of right. It does look more like a young Mark Hamill in a karate gi. But I tell you, it is indeed Luke. And so I would like to remind everybody and wish an early happy birthday to Mark Hamill and myself, and Barbara Walters, rest her soul, and Christopher Reeve, rest his soul. I mean, I'm just saying, it's kind of a special day. And there's some special people that were made on that day, or released, I suppose, for public consumption. What? That's not the important part. The important part is always remember